And now join me in welcoming our wonderfully talented musician and all-around super great guy, Nathan Aswell.
What if I could be healthy and whole? What if I could thrive? What if I could be the love that I seek and serve the world fully alive? What if I could leave my stories behind and fill my life with peace? What if it could all go right? What if it could all go right? What if I could be healthy and whole? What if I could thrive? What if I could be the love that I seek and serve the world fully alive? What if I could leave my stories behind and fill my life with peace? What if it could all go right? What if it could all go right? What if it could all go right? What if it could all go right?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. A special thanks to Nathan Aswell, my brother. You sing from the heart of an angel and you touch us so deeply. Thank you, thank you. So this morning, we're going to talk about our life's purpose. We're going to talk about finding our life's purpose, discovering our life's purpose. You know, there are only 25% of adults cite having a clear sense of purpose about what their lives mean. And according to one analysis, 40% either claim neutrality on the subject or say they don't have a purpose or don't know of a purpose that they have for their life. 40%. Research links feeling the having a purpose to fewer strokes and heart attacks, better sleep, and a lower risk of dementia and disabilities. A 1916 study found that individuals who feel a sense of purpose make more money. Of course, your life purpose consists of the central motivating aims of your life, right? The central motivating aims of your life. The reasons you get up in the morning. Your purpose guides your life's decisions, influences your behaviors. and creates meaning in your life. Your purpose isn't something that you need to make up. It's already there. You just uncover it. And you uncover it to create the life you want. And a whole lot of us are not living the lives we want. I want you to just ask that question to yourself. Are you living the life you want? And if not, why not? What is your purpose in life? You can begin to discover your passion and your purpose by exploring two things. Number one, what do you love to do? No, not what you should do, not what you ought to do, not what mom and dad said you should do, not what your spouse says you should do or shouldn't do, what you love to do. What do you love to do? And secondly, what comes easily to you? Creatively, I'm not talking about recreation, though recreation is a very important part of our lives. In fact, our lives have three parts, don't they? They're the creative part and the rest part, and then the imaginary part. So we have to have all three of those places going on. Because we're waves, aren't we? We're waves upon the sea of consciousness. Each one of us a separate wave on that great sea of consciousness that we call God. And that great sea's wisdom dwells within each of us. And we each access that wisdom by allowing our lives to be led and empowered by purpose. Because the purpose comes from the sea, comes into us from the sea, makes us unique and individual. And you know something? If you're not following your purpose, if you're not finding your purpose and following your purpose, you're not following and finding your own personal design, then you're just another wave. You're not anything special. But you weren't meant to just be another wave on the sea. You were meant to be unique. You were meant to be a new song, a new statue, a new painting, a new melody, a new smell in the universe of a garden. You are unique. There's never been, never will be another you. And when we're living with divine purpose, our problems, all these things that bog us down, they shed their fears. They just become challenges. They're not problems anymore. And daily joy energizes us. And we relax into knowingness. So purpose leads us to knowingness rather than guesswork or risking or taking a chance. But we know. Joseph Campbell called this following your bliss. And today, let's work together to find your purpose in its path. Did you know that life's purpose makes our daily lives different? It's called a paradigm shift. When you find and start living your purpose, your whole life changes. The sun comes out. Problems and challenges fade into unimportance. How do we know that? Follow this for a minute. Most people with college degrees are people who were looking for something more in their lives, weren't they? Otherwise, they wouldn't have gone to college. They were looking for something more in their lives. And of course, there are many who didn't have the money for college, and yet even some of those can't be discounted because some of them are even better educated than many college grads, and even better than people with masters and PhDs. These people are educated because they read, because they studied, because they were curious. The educated people, whether it's college graduates or whatever, are 30 to 50%, listen to that, 30 to 50% likely to live longer and to live with less disease and less trauma. People with education, 30 to 50% likely to live longer, to live with less disease and less trauma. Why? Because most of them are driven by vision. It might not be their ultimate true life's vision, their ultimate true life's purpose, Yet knowing where they're going and what they're doing each day to get there is healthy and keeps them healthy, keeps them focused. You see, the great power of the universe, of all multiverses, which we call God, which we call Holy Spirit, Great Spirit, the Great Presence, the Great Mind, the One, that flows into each one of us to the degree that we're open for it. But we're only open for it if we're curious. We're only open for it if we're willing to grow, if we're willing to move beyond where we are right now. It's okay, I'm still here. It was just my camera. We'll make it work. So yes, it's not that we have to find the place as much as we have to just realize the place. And that happens through curiosity, doesn't it? It happens through us knowing, being curious. You know, those people who are purpose-driven, they become addicted to being purpose-driven and less addicted to alcohol or drugs. Less addicted to alcohol or drugs or other addictions because they feel personally valuable. And when their self-respect rises, listen to this, so does dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, the hormones that create lives of joy and fulfillment. Just imagine that. By changing your mind, you change your entire life. Those people that you look up to, that you admire, the great heroes, the great leaders, the great athletes, the great musicians, the great artists, the great beautiful, powerful people, those people are living inside of you. They just need to be released, and they can be released by you having a life that feels like it's on purpose. And I want to just say something quickly to those of us with gray hair. Don't come around saying, well, I already lived my life. I've been there and I've done that. And I'm all done now. I'm just going to sort of sit here in my rocking chair and watch the flies buzz around me. No. If you're still in a body, you still have a purpose. And it may not be the purpose you had yesterday or last week or last decade. It may be brand new, but you have to be willing to discover it. We're not done until we're done. So the dopamine, the serotonin, those wonderful hormones that create lives of joy and fulfillment, they can be yours starting today. I remember a lot of jobs. Boy, I remember a lot of jobs over the years when I was in physical pain. Oh man. And I was, and the hour hand on the clock, some of you know what I'm talking about. The hour hand on the clock looked like it was moving through mud. I'd be so tired and so worn out, and I'd look at the clock, and I get off at 5, and I look at the clock, and it's 3 o'clock. 2 hours later, I'd look at the clock, and it's 3:15. Oh God, those days were miserable, long days. That's not doing your life's work. That's working in slavery. But you know what? A lot of people say, but I have to do that. I said that. I have to do that because I had brothers and sisters to support. I had a family to support. So I said, well, I have to do this. I don't have any choice. You know, if we have faith, if we trust the power that's moving through us, if we trust God, if we trust Holy Spirit, if we trust that oneness of a life that's coursing through every tree, every flower, every garden, through the clouds and the sky and the trees in the forest and the great salmon leaping the falls on the rivers. If we just trust the spirit of life that we call God, if we just trust that, then we know that it's flowing through us. And we, you know, a salmon doesn't say, well, you know what, I guess I better go get a job. And no. You need to do something you love, because when you do something you love, you bring that to your job. And when you bring that to your job, it's no longer a job. Because the things that I was doing, the things that a lot of people are doing, those aren't careers. They're legal slavery. I got lucky. I was really lucky. I was born lucky. I was restless and I was curious. And that kept me moving from $1 an hour job to another. Through those jobs and my constant reading and questioning of life, I finally got a good education. And the elders in my family, they always say, well, there he goes again. He quit another job. He cannot hold down a job. He's never going to amount to anything. That was their constant refrain. You'll never amount to anything. Because I couldn't hold the job job. But those weren't my jobs. They're someone's jobs. And as long as I was in them, I was taking away someone else's job because they were not my jobs. And unless we can see our jobs as paths to personal fulfillment, unless we can see that, then we need to make some changes. How? I'm tired when I come home. I don't want to start taking night classes or studying something new. But if I'm studying something that makes my heart smile, it's not studying. It's not work. Look, we have 24 hours in a day. If we work 10 of those hours, by which I mean 8 hours, but you got an hour going and to and from and getting ready. And so we'll just consider that you're working 10 hours a day. That leaves 14 hours. And if we rest for 10 hours, that means, watching some TV and getting ready for bed and sleeping 8 hours and taking a shower. So we rest for 10 of those hours. That leaves 4 hours to find and prepare for an adventurous career or an adventurous lifestyle or an adventurous purpose that will fulfill us. Oh yeah, it's true. 4 hours doesn't seem like much. 4 hours a day, that doesn't seem like much. But it's 20 hours each week. It's 80 hours each month to find and launch a new and joy-filled direction in our lives. You want to be a painter? Then buy a canvas and get some oils and start splashing some paint on that canvas. And don't worry about what it looks like. Just let your heart open and just let your heart spill out onto that canvas. Eventually it'll take form. So let's take a look at our lives. Many of us are retired. And many of us are not working because of physical disabilities or because there are no jobs available. But using the things that we just talked about as information, as a guide, it would be wise, don't you think? To get a vision and a mission that'll make your life sing. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that and to do it with less effort than you ever imagined. Then, my friend, day after day, and after today, if you wish, you're going to do amazing things. You're going to do amazing, amazing things.
You will do amazing things with the joy each new day brings. And with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, know the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile.
That is the one and only Nathan Aswell. Golly moly, you will do amazing things. And you will, you know why? Because you are amazing. I want to share something with you. I think that you're going to find this to be very interesting. So, if your purpose in life is to be healthy, wealthy, and successful in any way you can think of, healthy, you get your body into the top condition. I mean, just, some of us are past our 60s. And so a lot of times we excuse that. We say, well, I'm getting a little older, so, I have a hitch in my get along and my blood's not what it used to be. And, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. We're not supposed to live like this. We're supposed to go down at the end of it. We start tapering off and going downhill when we're 30 years old. You're supposed to keep going up, 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 up until the very end. And then you drop down, you move up into another dimension. That's called dying. Dying isn't not the end, it's the beginning. So healthy and to be wealthy, which means being abundant, having everything that you need to live the life that you were born to live and to be successful in every way. In order to do that, you need to become clear-minded, courageous, and confident. And those are, and it breaks down your life's purpose into being, doing, and having. And I've asked this question to thousands and thousands of people around the world. And I've always said, if you can tell me of another place that you show up in life other than being, doing, and having, tell me now, because I have this opinion that being, doing, and having is all there is. And not one person out of thousands has ever come up with a different element. So you be and you do, and you have, and it's in that order. And if you do those, then what happens is that they move into a triangle. Being, doing, and having. Remember I talked about clarity, courage, and confidence? Here's how you build clarity, courage, and confidence. You make a triangle out of being, doing, and having. Between being and doing, you get clarity. See, you have to have the clarity to know, what is it that I'm going to do? And does it reflect on who I am? And in other words, my beingness has to be inside of what I do. And in order for me to have, I have to do. Now, do I want to have something different? Then I have to do something different, don't I? I can't have something different unless I do something different. And then between have and back to be, I grow in confidence. I'm going to take you to the next step. The rest of the triangle is for a class, but you'll get a chance to see this at least. Be. To be who you are. To discover, who am I? Not who should I be, or who could I be, or who could I have been, or who do I wish I had become, but who am I right now? If I ask you this question, I've done this in many, many classes, ask people this question, who are you? And have them sit in a dyad across from each other and hammer each other with this question. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And get all these answers. When they get down to the final answer, people are sort of just stunned because they don't have an answer for that, because it isn't intellectual. You can't know it up here. You have to know it in your heart. So you must be still and know, not believe, not think, not elaborate, not conjugate, not in a logical, intellectual sense, but in your heart, know who you are. And from that comes clarity. From that comes the clarity to be able to do, to be able to change, to dare to grow, to have, to win. I'm going to show you one more, just because you're worth it. This is what the next level looks like. What's my vision? When I know who I am, then I say, what's my vision? What's the vision that comes out of the beingness of who I am? What is that vision? And then what's my mission? Because see, the only way we get to a vision is by having step missions that take us to the vision. So missions are sacred. So you need to, I talked about the 4 hours a day that you'd have left over if you have a job job. That 4 hours a day is time to put your mission to work. To outline a mission. I can teach you how to do that. And then maybe this is the most important thing at all. You have to have people who are on your support team. You have a lot of people who are on your non-support team, people who criticize you, people who think you shoulda, you oughta, why didn't you? But people on your support team who encourage you and who stand by you and who lift you up and enrich your soul day by day by day with their love and with their support. That's your support team. And you need to recruit those people. You need to recruit those people, and you need to be on their support team. And then what's your next step? See, you got your vision and your mission, and you got the people on your support team. So you're ready to go. What's your next step? And the next step is to dare to grow, to change, to dare to grow. And that means to take a risk, to do something different, to be willing to be different. The first step going down that side where you build courage, and incidentally, when you went up that first side, you built clarity. When you said, what's my vision? What's my mission? Who's on my support team? What's my next step? You built clarity. You became clear about what life is about, what you're about. And then you come to this place where you take a risk, where you dare to change. And the first step is, I'm expanding my identity. because who you thought you were before is very, very small compared to who you really are. So you have to change your identity, because the things that you accomplished, the things that you did, the things that you achieved, the doingness of your life were relative to who you have been for all these years. If you're going to do more, you have to be more. You have to be willing to expand your identity. How? Through affirmations, through self-realizations, through taking risks, through the next 3 steps. Number 1, to be focused on your vision, to stay focused on your vision. Don't give up on it. That's a real vision. It came out of your beingness. Stay focused on that vision. It's above and beyond where you've been before. So what? Stay focused on it. If you stay focused on it, you'll be led to it. The old civil rights people, all the way back into the slavery days, said, keep your eyes on the prize. And that's what we must do. And then work our missions. We laid out a mission, a logical, intellectually logical mission, and let's work that mission. And that mission will change from time to time, because we'll come to a canyon and we'll say, gosh, I was going to go over there, but all of a sudden I find a canyon. You may have to circuit around the canyon. You may have to change your mission, but you don't change our vision. Our vision is our vision. Our vision is the boss. And because we're doing all of that, we're contributing. We're contributing to the world. We're contributing to life. And then we win, and we give thanks. We give thanks for that journey. And then we have that wealth, that new wealth inside of us, that new sense of being, that new joy, that new exuberance for life, that new ecstasy, that new bliss. And then we can go into self-love. And self-love is the place where we build confidence. And we do these affirmations, which I do every day and have for 45 years. I do sometimes as many as 100 or 200 times a day. I am loved, I am blessed, I am safe, I am free. Try those on. I am loved, I am blessed, I am safe, I am free. And see what happens to your life. I just dare you, see what happens to your life. Because my friends, this life belongs to you. It's your life. You can use your inner compass to clarify your vision and start taking the actions that'll move you in the right direction. With every picture that you visualize, you're inputting the destination you want to get to. Every time you express a preference for something, you're expressing an intention, a divine intention. And if you stay out of the way, meaning you don't interrupt the process with a stream of negative thoughts and doubts and fears, your inner GPS will keep you unfolding the next steps along your route, along your mission, as you continue to move forward, higher, wider, deeper into life. And when you present your goals to the universe, with all of its powerful technology, you're going to be surprised and dazzled by what it delivers. So what if a genie appeared in your life right now and said, I'm going to wave this magic wand over you and you can have anything you want other than another wish. You get one wish. What would it be? Well, here's the good news. The magic genie came. So listen to your heart dreams. They're unique to your own neurochemistry, and they present an opportunity to find your way to a purpose-driven life. The question, what is my purpose in life, and how can I be happy, are actually the same question, and they have the same answer. If you're not spiraling up on the triangle, you're spiraling down on the triangle. It's your choice. It's always a choice. We naturally only feel fulfilled when we're improving ourselves or our lives in some way. Everything right now in life is calling on me, calling on you to grow. We're being called to grow. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. Otherwise, we would have already left the planet. So let's find a vision, one that delights us, one that thrills us, one that can get us up in the morning without an alarm clock, and let's follow it. Let's let it lead us to lives of joy and abundance. Do what makes you whole. Start now. Do what feeds your soul. Do what makes you whole. Do what feeds your soul. Do it with my blessings and my support. And please do it today. Do it today. I love you.
We have 3 highly trained prayer chaplains available to pray with you in a private room today. They are Luciana Velvey, Marion Dick, and Raymond Lancaster. And if you'd like to attend one of our spiritual wisdom circles, just a reminder, our next gathering is on Saturday, August 7th at 9 a.m. And of course, please join us next Sunday for Reverend Bob Trask Talk. Desire is everything. And as the sign says, we are going to start the Q&A. Knowing you need a change versus waiting to make a move is sometimes based on fear of failure. How does one remove the doubt to success?
Excellent question. Excellent question. Dare to fail. Dare to fail. I promise you, from a life sometimes well lived, sometimes awkwardly and stupidly and stubbornly lived, I can promise you that unless you fail, you're not doing anything. Unless you fail, you are doing nothing. Dare to fail. Make your plans as well as you can. Step forward into the unknown and dare to fail. In Genesis, in one of the passages of Genesis, it says, in the beginning, all was darkness and void. Now, let's just imagine that's today. Where is the beginning? The beginning is right at the end of my nose, right at the end of your nose. That's the beginning. In the beginning, all was darkness and void. Your future is darkness and void. And then God said, let there be light. In other words, you step into the darkness. You can have no assurances. If you have assurances, that means you're following someone else's path. If you see a path ahead of you, it's not yours. Be willing to step into the darkness and fall on your butt again and again if necessary. You did that as a baby and you learned to walk. You can do that now and you can learn to fly. Thank you.
Thank you. And here's a question. Does every life have a unique purpose? If so, why do so few people find it?
Thank you. So few people find it because of one thing called self-doubt. We are taught when we're little kids that we have to be like each other. So we always try to find other people to be like. That's why fashion stores sell these fashions. This is what's in fashion. This is what's in. What if somebody dressed up in 1920s flapper clothes or wear a kilt or whatever? They'd be totally out of fashion and a little embarrassed. Our lives are designed by other people around us, by the culture around us. Don't let people around you and the culture around you design your life. Be willing to live who you are. Be willing to live your unique and individual way. If you want to wear a bright red shirt and everybody else is wearing dark black to the funeral, wear a bright red shirt to the funeral. I promise you that departed soul will be smiling at you. Do what moves you, not what moves someone else, and be willing to take the guff for it, because you are stronger than their criticisms. God's blessing you. Thank you.
I'm not sure this is a question, but it's an interesting comment. I know myself as part of the eternal energy of life. I just don't know what my individual self is meant to do with this particular life.
And there is a question in there, and the answer is one step at a time. Those of us who have done AA know about one step at a time, one day at a time, one step at a time. What you're to do right now is take the next step into your bliss, and the next step into your bliss. You'll find that one of the most blissful things you can do is to help other people, is to reach out and uplift other people. Gosh, there's just nothing like it. There's nothing like making a difference in someone else's life, especially if they don't know that you've done it. I think I told this story before, but it's such a great story. I'll say it again. Somebody that I know was in a grocery store, and when they got through with their order, they said, the person behind me in line, take what you think is the estimated amount right now out of my credit card for them. When the next person came up and they checked out their groceries and they got ready to pay, the person said, no, the person just before you paid for your groceries. That person then paid for the person after them. And that went on for a while. We have a domino effect. Once we touch someone's heart, they touch someone's heart. How far can it go with you? Be willing to be who you are. Be willing to let the light shine through you, not from you, but through you from Holy Spirit. And trust that Holy Spirit has got your back. Thank you.
And here's another interesting question. What if you've worked hard all your life? Is it wrong to want to simply take some time to just be?
Heck no. Just be. See, that's the thing that you worked hard all your life, you may not have had a chance to do. But if you really start being, be still and know who you are, out of that will come a curiosity. Out of that will begin to upwell something that says, I don't want to just sit here and watch I Love Lucy reruns. I want to do something. I want to do some work with wood. Or I want to get a backpack and go into the forest. Something will begin to awaken, to stir inside of you. You don't have to do anything. Be. The doingness will automatically come from true beingness. You're absolutely right on. Don't worry about what you're going to do. Just be who you really are. And the have and the do will come from that. Thank you.
How can we transcend the cultural programming that says older people should retire and leave the future to the younger generations? I know it isn't true, but I find it creeps into my thinking and causes me to doubt myself.
You know, if we look at the whole length of human existence over the last 7,000 or 8,000 years, what we might call civilization, we look at that whole level of existence. It's only in the last few seconds of that time that we have not honored our elders. Only in the last few seconds. All the rest of the time, we honored our elders. We came to them with our problems. Their wisdom was able to keep us from making stupid mistakes. Their wisdom was able to lead us to the next level. Now we have this high technology program going on. And all the young people are computer whizzes and smartphone whizzes, and they can do all of this stuff so much faster. And so they look at the older people and they go, they're just stupid. They're just dumb. They don't even get it. They don't get the technology, but they get wisdom. You can't ask them how to program a cell phone, but you can definitely ask them what to do about your relationship or your internal fears about moving forward, about taking a risk, about taking a gamble, about getting a job or leaving a job. You can ask them those questions. They've been there. They've swam that river. So those of us that are older, and I'm one of you, I'm one of those guys, we have to not worry about what the young people think about us. It's not our business what other people think about us. It's not our business. We have to live our lives as fully and completely as possible. An uncle told me one time he had raised chickens. He'd been a chicken farmer and he hated every day of it. And he'd done that for 40 or 50 years. And finally he sold his farm and he had a good deal of money. and he invested it. And then he started playing golf and doing stuff. And he said, it's really a shame. He said, I'm old now and I got diabetes and I'm all crippled up. But he said, I should have retired when I was young. He said, we got this backwards. The young people should be playing and having a good time. And then the old people should be working because we're no longer fit. Well, I thought about for years what he said. He's long gone now. I thought for years about what he said. And you know what I've come to realize, because now I'm older, is that I'm still young. It's time to play. It's time to go fishing. And do I have some pains? Yeah. Hey, when I was a teenager, I had a lot more pain. Maybe it wasn't physical, but I had a lot of anguish going on. I had raspberry-sized zits. I was in love with every girl I saw and afraid to talk to them. I was so self-conscious. I wouldn't want to go back and do that again. So yeah, I have some physical pains, but so what? I'm alive. You're alive. Don't let anybody else slow you down just because you got gray hair. We're on our way right now. This is the best time of our lives, the very best time of our lives. Find community that who knows who you are and believes in you, and stick with them. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a quick question before we wrap this up. How do you deal with people when you know what you want to do and what your purpose is, but they want you to do something else and they tell you what you should be doing and how you should be doing it all the time?
I know it well. I know it well. The third part of the triangle. First part, what's my vision? Second part, what's my mission? Third part, who's on my support team? You've got to find a support team who knows who you are, who believes in you. Those other people are going to be there. That might be your family. You might have to listen to that nonsense all the time, but you don't have to believe it. You don't have to follow it. I know you need people to love you. I know you need companionship. You need to be approved of and loved. I know that. So find people who approve of you and love you, who are also on the support team of you being the majestic person you came here to be. Thank you.
Well, that wraps up our Q&A today. And as always, Reverend Bob, thank you so much for your wisdom and your perspectives. We just love you so much. Thank you.